10,000 years ago, Earth was gripped by a relentless ice age. Snow and ice stretched endlessly across the horizon. A world of cold beauty, but also of unimaginable hardship. Across these frozen plains, mammoths marched slowly in great herds. Their massive tusks glistened in the pale winter sun. They were giants of survival carved by ice and time. Not all giants had tusks, some were strange and towering ground sloths. Covered in thick fur, they lumbered through the icy grasslands. Each step a struggle in a land where food was scarce. The Ice Age plains glowed faintly under the low golden sun. Mist drifted across the land carried by the bitter wind. It was a haunting silence, a world suspended in time. From above, the tundra seemed endless, white, and eternal. The footprints of mammoths carved trails across the snow. This frozen land was both sanctuary, and graveyard. Frost clung to the mammoth's fur as it exhaled into the cold. Its eyes reflected resilience born from countless winters. These titans ruled the Ice Age with silent strength. But storms gathered on the horizon, dark and merciless. The wind howled, masking the footsteps of unseen hunters. The Ice Age was not just survival, it was constant danger. From the shadows, a predator emerged, silent and deadly. Its long, saber-like teeth glinted in the fading light. This was Smilodon, the saber-toothed tiger. From the frozen heart of the Ice Age emerges a predator unlike any alive today. This is Smilodon, the legendary saber-tooth. Its muscular frame pushes through the icy mist revealed by golden light. Every step announces the presence of a true Ice Age hunter. Eyes sharp and unyielding, honed for survival in a brutal world. Frost gathers on its whiskers as its breath cuts through the cold air. Built like a gladiator with broad shoulders and immense power. This was not a sprinter, but a powerhouse built for the ambush. Its body was compact and strong, every muscle crafted by evolution. In the snow, each heavy paw print marked the passage of a giant. The forelimbs were weapons in themselves, strong enough to wrestle prey to the ground. Few Ice Age animals could withstand such strength. Short, sturdy legs carried it with deliberate power. Its saber teeth glinted faintly, a silent warning to all who crossed its path. Deep tracks in the snow revealed the weight of its massive frame. This was a titan of the Ice Age wilderness. It paused, scanning the frozen horizon with predatory focus. The silence of the tundra concealed the menace within its gaze. When it roared, the long sabers flashed like bombing blades of ice. No other predator of its time wielded such deadly precision. The broad skull housed immense jaw muscles. But it was the sabers up to 20 centimeters long that defined its legend. Sunlight caught the edge of its canines, glistening with lethal intent. These teeth were not for chewing, but for killing with precision. Against the white silence, Smilodon stood as a symbol of power. Its massive frame dominated the frozen clearing like a king without rival. In the shadows of Ice Age forests, it moved with quiet authority. Camouflaged in golden fur, it blended with a world both savage and cold. Its roar echoed through the frozen plains, carried by the bitter wind. The saber-toothed tiger Smilodon was the ultimate predator of the Ice Age. Smilodon fatalis stood shoulder to shoulder with the lion of today. Similar in size, but built far more powerfully for close combat. Yet its cousin Smilodon populator dwarfed the lion completely. Nearly twice as massive, it was a giant among predators. Standing next to a human, Smilodon fatalis reached impressive height. Its presence alone revealed the strength of an apex hunter. But beside Smilodon populator, a human seemed small and fragile. At 1.2 meters at the shoulder, it was truly colossal. Side by side, the lion Smilodon fatalis and Smilodon populator told a story of evolution. From strength to power to sheer immensity. The massive frame of Smilodon populator rippled with muscle. Every part of its body was designed for domination. On the Ice Age plains, even the largest predators appeared small. Smilodon populator moved like a titan across the frozen wilderness. Against the horizon, it stood like a king without equal. A predator whose size alone placed it among the fiercest beasts in history. Hidden in the frost, the Smilodon waits with deadly patience. Every muscle tightens, ready for the strike. Its piercing eyes lock on the herd ahead. Even the cold mist cannot mask its hunger. Crouched low in the snow, its body blends with the shadows. This is the art of the ambush perfected. Unaware, a herd of Ice Age bison moves slowly across the plain. Their safety is an illusion, shattered in a heartbeat. From above, predator and prey share the same stage, but only one will survive the coming storm. Step by step, Smilodon crawls forward, silent as death. Its golden fur flickers in the dying light. Massive forelimbs press into the snow claws, ready to tear. The power of a wrestler hidden in feline grace. The bison graze, unaware of the danger, inches away. Their world is about to explode in violence. Ears flathead low, the predator coils like a spring. In the silence, tension builds like a storm. Its breath steams in the cold, each exhale a countdown. The ambush is seconds from eruption. In an instant, Smilodon bursts from hiding with explosive force. Snow flies as 200 kilos of muscle hurtles forward. Claws dig deep into the flank of its chosen victim. The struggle begins, raw strength against panic. With forelimbs like steel, it drags the bison to the ground. The battlefield is chaos, but Smilodon thrives in it. Saber teeth flash, aiming for the throat. Not to crush bone, but to slice through life itself. The herd scatters in terror, snow thundering under hooves. But one has already fallen to the predator's embrace. The killing blow comes, swift fangs piercing flesh. Blood stains the snow as silence falls. The prey collapses lifeless in the predator's grip. Precision has triumphed over panic. Breathing heavily, Smilodon stands over its fallen kill. The sabers glisten, symbols of its deadly craft. Frost clings to its fur, snow dusting its powerful frame. The hunter bears the scars of result. The scars of survival. Upon its kill, the Smilodon roars into the frozen wind. The Ice Age belongs to this master of the ambush. Unlike many solitary cats, Smilodon may have lived in packs. Together, they could bring down the giant prey of the Ice Age. When the prey collapsed, the whole group shared the feast. Unity turned these predators into a single, powerful force. Fossil evidence shows many individuals once suffered severe injuries. Yet they survived thanks to the care of their companions. One crippled Smilodon lived for years despite its wounds. This proves it was protected by its pride. While some fed, others stood guard around the kill. Such coordination kept the group safe from scavengers. Cubs huddled close beneath their mother and siblings. They were shielded until they grew into fierce hunters. Even the old and weak were not abandoned. Within the pride, every member had a role. When one was injured, others shared food with it. This act of sharing reveals a sense of community. Playful cubs turned the frozen plains into a playground. Their games honed the skills they would need for survival. Each hunt was not just survival, but a lesson for the young. The pride passed down the art of ambush through generations. Cooperation made them stronger than any lone predator. Together, Smilodon became rulers of the Ice Age plains. They were not only killers, but guardians of their own kind. More than predators, they were warriors who lived for the pride. The Ice Age began to fade, and the glaciers melted into rushing rivers. The world was changing, and with it the fate of its greatest predators. Vast grasslands turned into wetlands and forests. The open hunting grounds of Smilodon slowly disappeared. Mammoths struggled in the thinning snow, weakened and dying. Their bones littered the land, a grim sign of collapse. Even the mighty giant ground sloths fell to hunger and exhaustion. The age of giants was coming to an end. Camels and wild horses vanished from the plains. Without prey, Smilodon's world was falling silent. Starved and weakened, Smilodon prowled barren lands. Once a king, it now wandered like a shadow of itself. And then came humans, hunters, armed with stone and fire. A new rival had entered the battlefield of survival. Primitive hunters drove mammoths into deadly traps. For the first time, Smilodon faced true competition for prey. Smilodon watched from the grass as humans claimed the kill. The balance of power was shifting forever. Predator faced predator, fangs against fire, instinct against strategy. In this battle, intelligence gave humans the edge. Desperate Smilodons circled the camps at night. But fire and numbers kept the hunters safe. Sometimes the great cat attacked, but spears struck back. Even its saber teeth could not overcome human weapons. As the climate warmed, snow vanished and forests spread. The world Smilodon ruled was gone forever. Alone, a starving Smilodon walked across cracked earth. Its shadow stretched long, an echo of lost power. Mothers struggled to protect their weak and hungry cubs. Even care and loyalty could not fight extinction. Once sharp and deadly, their saber teeth dulled and broke. The perfect weapon had lost its purpose. Valleys once filled with hunters now lay silent. Only bones remained under the cold moonlight. In its final days, Smilodon fell to hunger and weakness. Its roar faded into the wind of a dying world. Time buried them in ice and stone. From predator, they became fossils, silent witnesses of the past. Today, only their ghostly silhouette remains in our imagination. The saber-toothed tiger Smilodon forever lost to history. What remains of Smilodon is no longer flesh and fur, but bone turned to stone. These saber teeth are silent witnesses to a vanished world. In California, its skull rests proudly beneath glass, a monument to prehistory. Every curve of the jaw tells the story of a predator once feared by all. Visitors walk past the skeleton, yet their eyes linger on its haunting shape. The Smilodon still commands attention even from behind museum walls. A child stares at the teeth in awe, seeing both danger and wonder. For the young Smilodon is more than history, it is imagination come alive. Reconstructed bones reveal its broad shoulders and immense strength. The skeleton stands not as death, but as proof of power once unleashed. Labels and charts describe what science has uncovered. Yet the bones themselves speak more loudly than any words could. Behind the fossils, paintings bring the predator to life once more. Art and science unite to remind us of Smilodon's reign. A slow pan across the fossil hall ends where it began with the saber-teeth, the centerpiece that refuses to be forgotten. Researchers measure every curve, every mark upon the tooth. Each detail offers a clue to how Smilodon lived and how it died. Placed beside mammoths and sloths, its scale becomes undeniable. It was a giant among giants, a hunter among titans. The museum hall glows warmly, yet the Smilodon remains cold bone. Its presence still overshadows all who enter the room. The camera lingers on the fossil tooth, then fades into darkness. Smilodon's legacy is carved in stone, but its story lives within us. The Ice Age draws to its silent close, the land frozen in twilight. A stage where giants once walked now stands empty and cold. Upon the ridge, a lone Smilodon holds its ground. A final silhouette of power against the endless snow. Its eyes burn with the memory of countless hunts. Yet behind that fire lies a shadow of sorrow. The storm gathers, wrapping the predator in swirling frost. Strength and solitude become one in the frozen wind. The saber-teeth gleam, faintly kissed by the dying light. A symbol of both terror and fragile beauty, the great beast begins to fade into snow and mist. Its presence dissolves, leaving only legend behind. Paw prints linger pressed into the frost of history. Echoes of a hunter fading into silence. Darkness swallows the land, but the legacy remains. Smilodon lives on, not in flesh, but in our imagination.